Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Book Club. This is episode 2 for the anime The Future Diary. Um so we last left off, I think it was episode 5.
Mhm.
So we're going to be starting on episode 6, and Snow is actually going to be starting us off on episode 6. Then I'll do 7 and so on and so forth. So Snow,
Hmm.
whenever you're ready.
Um, do you want me to do a little bit of a recap or no?
Yeah, that'd be good.
So essentially we have 12 to 15 future diary holders. We learn about each diary user throughout the episode. So far we know that Yuki is he gets information of what he sees and does. Throughout the day, the second future diary holder is known as Yuno. She gets 10-minute intervals of Yuki before like anything he does it, so she can see his future essentially. Um, the third diary user died in episode 1. He was the murder records diary user. We met the fourth future diary holder. He is Kigo. He informs us about crimes he's working on and that etc. The fifth diary holder user, we are going to be learning about, so I'm not going to say what happened. Um, the sixth diary user died in episode 5, most recent death. She had the ability to read scrolls of what her followers are seeing. The ninth is known as Mini. Chester, how do I say that again?
Which one?
Mini.
Minene?
Menene, yeah, Menene. She gets info of how to escape. We will learn about the 10th, couple more unknown, and then the 12th diary user, he had the Justice Diary, and then he also died in episode 5. So, going from that, uh, episode 6 was called, what was it called? Silent Mode. Yuki is at the airport waiting for his mom to arrive. Re. I think I said that right.
I
Yuno
thought it was
gets
Rhea.
Rhea. Rhea, thank you. That is
Hmm.
perfect. Yuno wants to meet Yuki's mother, which causes her to break into his house. Since she knows Yuki's mother is coming from work that day. Um, Rhea, Rhea's line of work is a video game programmer. When the mom and son are on their way back, pardon me, Yuno is cleaning the whole house and cooking. When the two arrive, Yuki realizes it was Yuno who broke into their home. Yuki tries to desperately hide, in a closet. Despite Yuki's best effort, Rhea and meet and take a liking to each other, sharing a good dinner and viewing Yuki's pictures, pardon me, which causes Yuki to get embarrassed. Rhea, I thought it was Reen. Oh, never mind. Anyway, Rhea also invites to stay the night and explains how has a couple of days off work since she's gonna be looking after a young boy. Elsewhere, Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about by now. Gets her eye checked and catches sight of a few little kids, especially one in particular. She asks the doctor why they are there because he normally does not see kids. The doctor explains he needs to take a look at them since their parents are in the Omega cult. I don't
I
remember how to
just
say it.
ended up calling it the cult.
The cult. Okay, good enough. The cult from episode 4 and 6, or 4 and 5, pardon me, right? And they were killed. Going back that night, reveals that um, Yuki, pardon me, her diary predicts that she will become one on July 28th and tells him she will do anything to make sure the future comes to pass. Once they go to bed through. Oh, that's a massive typo on my end. Whoops. Once they go to bed, she says it's a good thing that Reen is so understanding because if it was, it would be a shame if something were to happen to her. AKA, is a fucking psycho. I don't know how else to put this. Like, it, mm. um, then the scene, this is also another point. They show her bag full of murder weapons in it, right? So with the corpsing that happened, like, I don't know, a couple episodes ago, plus that, haha, sorry. The next day, Rhea, whatever, brings the young boy whose parents were killed in the Omega cult incident home. It was the same boy that caught Mimi's attention at the doctor's office. The boy's name is Riskio. I don't remember how to pronounce that. Do
Race,
you?
oh, freaking
You know, he doesn't
race
last
gay.
long, so it's not important, but that is a future diary holder. We don't know what number he is in or what his diary tells him. All we know that his target is, as he had just tried to casually kill her with a pair of scissors. Yeah, like this little kid just casually, very, 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 just like drawing and all of a sudden like running with scissors and just try to, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any notes, Chester?
That kid's really annoying straight off the bat.
That's fair.
Just like really, honestly annoying, straight off the bat.
That's fair. I don't think I could really like. Yeah, no. Mm, do you have any notes though, or anything?
Yeah, does tell Yuki that her diary predicts that they're gonna become one, quote unquote,
Hmm.
on July 28th, and she says that she would do everything in her power or everything she can to make that day come true. He tries to fight her on that, but she says, no, 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 no. We're gonna end up fucking on July 28th. So Yuki kind of just accepts it.
It's like, yeah, I just was like, okay, whatever.
So yeah. Oh, also, Yuki's mom ends up telling them, "Hey, you know what? If you guys fool around, just use rubber."
Yeah, and it's also like that comment of make sure it's wrapped up before you're married. Sorry.
Yeah,
Just yeah.
pretty much. It's
And then Yuki's mom was like completely okay with Yuno staying in the same room as Yuki. Like, yeah, yeah.
she even taunts him by going like, "Uh, no one else has a mom just as lenient as you do."
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Okay.
It's a weird one.
I
You'd
don't know.
wonder how
These
or
these
why
episodes just getting weirder and weirder as we go on.
every single one of them. Like, do you
Like,
think they'd be normal at some point in time? Nope, they aren't.
yeah,
They just
like
get weirder.
they just I just don't understand. Oh, okay. Do you want to start us off on episode 7?
Yeah, episode 7, I didn't write down the actual name of it, but it
Um,
was Answering Machine.
yeah.
Oh, also, all these titles have something to do with phones, so yeah, that's why. So 6 silent mode, 7 is Answering Machine. So for episode 7, the fifth diary holder, Reisuke, can predict morning, day, and night only, since he only has a coloring book for a diary. Um, He's weird because he's got a man and a woman hand puppet who seem to have better vocabulary than he does for some reason. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna point that out, but
I have that written down. I was watching the anime when that came up. I'm like, no, no, this is going straight on my notes too. Because no, what the hell?
fair enough.
So he's like, what they say he was like 8, 10 years old.
Something like that. Something really young.
He seems younger than that, but the puppets speak. He makes the puppets speak like actual grown-ups with a grown-up vocabulary. So yeah, it's weird.
Hey, but
Um,
pause. This is my theory to that. Actually, no, we're not gonna go
well,
there. Never mind. Continue.
even if he's like mimicking how his parents talk, the
Mm,
fact that he makes the puppets talk like grown-ups, but he still acts like a kid younger than he is
psychopath.
weird. Maybe, maybe.
Okay,
That being
continue.
said, he does try killing Yuki and Yuno first by injecting poison into cherry tomatoes, but nothing happens because Yuno ends up noticing the difference in weight and throws him out. The first time was actually uh, by trying to introduce Yuno to some scissors, but in reality, who's counting here? Um, Yuki tries looking everywhere for Reisuke's diary. but can't find it. It's so he can destroy it basically. Uh, Yuno keeps saying that directly going to Reisuke and doing him in would be a lot faster. After a while, Yuno does decide to grab a hammer and she just goes after Reisuke, which
Uh,
she
Um,
is not wrong in this.
yeah, but she also clocks Yuki's mom.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Um,
Just saying.
well, anyway, while she's chasing the kid around, Rhea comes out of the office because of the noise, and whams her right in the head, and she knocks her out. Originally, Yuki thought that his mom had died, but she's just knocked out. Figures out that Reisuke ended up mailing his own diary to himself, but Yuki ends up grabbing it instead. He opens the envelope and releases poisonous gas. Also, how the hell is this kid doing all of this? It just
Yeah, that's
doesn't
what
make
got
any
me. But
sense.
you know what? They killed him off right away, so it's fine.
So weird. It's so weird.
It's just, yeah, it's just psychopath. But I don't know. It's just
Um,
like
it
that's
still doesn't make any sense.
definitely
The fact that he was able to rig up something for a type of mail bomb is weird.
that's fair.
Well, anyways, he picks up the once the gas is up in the air, the kid picks up the folder and goes, "Ah, you were supposed to open it from the other end." So, I don't know. Um, Resuke then challenges Yuno to a game of hide and seek. If she finds him or kills him, then she would get the antidote to the gas. If Reisuke is able to get her, then he ends up killing both Yuki and Yuno. Um, he does, and he does end up making a point that Rhea would be safe throughout the entire thing. She's actually outside. How he was able to drag her out, don't know, no
Unknown.
idea.
Yep.
But she's outside, safe in the fresh air. Um, she now the kid does this because he does make it a point that he doesn't want to hurt her since she's nice to him and he actually likes her. Um, Minene then ends up getting an email saying that Yuki and Yuno are both in danger at his house because of the fifth diary holder, and she goes over to see if she can do anything. After a while of chasing this kid around and dodging a bunch of traps, Yuno almost catches Reisuke, but he traps her into stepping on water, and he breaks a lamp, electrocuting her. But still, that doesn't kill her. Um, it actually doesn't even make her take a breath because she's been holding it this entire time.
Mm.
Yuki ends up appearing from puking in the bathroom. He appears at the bottom of the stairs and tosses a dart at Reisuke, which hurts him in the shoulder. When he stumbles back or falls back, Yuno lunges at him and sticks Reisuke in the chest, killing him. And obviously, she gets the antidote, and
Oh,
everything
that's
gets
right. He
better.
did actually die. I didn't remember the ending of that one. I was
Yeah,
like thinking just now. I was like, did he actually die in that like episode 7 or is it just my imagination where it's like he escaped? Because I remember in the police reports he escaped.
no.
Anyway,
That's they were
sorry.
trying. That's how they ended up covering it up
Covering it.
because
Yeah,
when they die, they just get kind of sucked into a void. So
I just got confused with it. Okay.
yeah, but no, yeah,
Thanks for
she stabs him in the chest and he gets sucked into himself.
okay. I just updated the freaking thing I made.
Cool.
Okay. Yep. Did they cover the police report with episode 7 or is that on me?
I think that
Oh, what are my
might
notes?
be on you.
Uh yes, that's on me. Okay. Um that was actually pretty good. You literally got everything.
Yeah, I make notes as
Great.
I watch the episodes.
Okay, you know what? I'm getting better. Leave me alone.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm not pointing a finger. I'm just saying that's
You're
how I
pointing.
make my notes.
It's fair. It's fair. At the start of the episode, oh wait, episode 8.
Uh,
Oh, new model is what it's called. Okay. At the start of episode 8, Dallas calls a meeting for the 8 surviving future diary holders. Um, Dallas is the god, if you remember.
Deus.
Delaus. Yeah, I realized I was saying that wrong. Kea, I can't even. How do I pronounce that name? Uh,
I just called him. What is he? The
Carl.
10th, I think it was.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll go both tens. The 10th future diary holder requests to transfer his diary ownership in the meeting, but we don't learn why at this time. After the disappearance of Risu, the fifth future diary holder, as in killed him. Ray is sent to the hospital, and Yuki told the police that the Reyes, whatever, the fifth future diary holder, is the one that injured his mother before he disappeared. 2 weeks later, Yuki and Yuno are transferred to a new school, and they both end up in a different classes this time. Yuki is uncomfortable since he is put into a different class with strangers, but soon realizes his bully, Ajua, close enough,
Yeah, more
is
or
sitting
less.
in
Yeah.
front of him. Of course, the bully starts to pick on Yuki, but Hinata, sorry,
Hinata.
interrupts them. Whatever. Interrupts them by hitting Ojaya on the head with a rolled up notebook. Hinata. There we go. Ooh, there we go.
Did you mean
And Maya.
OG?
Mayo. Yeah, OG. Sure. Sure.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I don't. It's okay. I'm
I'm just
trying here
making
with the
sure.
names. I'm trying here with the names. Leave me alone.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get the names right.
Hinata and Maya are close friends that introduce themselves to Yuki and Ojaya. Their teacher tells them that the class um, that there have been multiple but brutal murders throughout terrorizing this area, so be careful when heading home. After school, Yuki, sneak into one of the crime scenes with Yuki's classmates, Odrea, Hinata, and Maya. Sorry, I was stuttering so much because I was trying to prepare for the names.
Just so you guys know, it's OG. It's OG, Hinata, and Mao.
Okay. I was trying
She's
so hard.
she's
Okay.
overcomplicating the names. It's not
I
her.
am.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault.
Isn't happy about how Yuki made friends with the two girls, but as they're exploring the park, yeah, you know what?
Think Naruto.
Whatever.
Think Naruto. Hinata.
I
Hinata.
am, but I just can't pronounce it. Like okay. Anyway, wanders off. Yuki's diary predicts that she's being attacked, so of course Yuki rushes everyone to the scene, where they find
You got it.
body
Come
with her
on.
arm unattached before a pack of violent dogs. A strange boy appears, Aru, sure, and leads everyone to a nearby observer absorb observation tower. Jesus fucking Christ. Um, Orair explains that he is one of Yuki's classmates and that he has been investigating the strange events in which Yuki keeps being getting involved into. Despite Yuno's mistrust of everyone, Yuki decides to reveal the existence of his diary in order to defend the group against the dogs. After the dogs suddenly retreat, Moya, whatever,
Mao.
takes Yuki's yeah Mao
So
takes Yuki's diary to Knife Point and hands it to Hinata, who is alive and well after it is learned that Hinata is a future dire holder. She reveals that her real target is Aurora,
Aru.
suspecting him. There's no H in that.
That's why I said Aru, not
Oh,
Haru. Aru.
I do. But there's you know what? Okay. Suspects him as a future diary holder. Okay. So yeah. What do you guys say to that?
I think you got everything pretty much. Now, I do just want to say I know the names and there's some words that are being mispronounced and stuff. She legitimately has dyslexia, so this is actually helping her out. I'm not bashing on her. You know, I'm just saying what we've said before. So if you guys are new, that's what's happening. It's not her fault. It's not like the people that you guys have in high school where they pretend that they can't read. She actually has dyslexia. This is helping her out. Chill out. Now, I do say that just because. Um, Now, anyways, for episode 8, I think that's all. I think
So
mm,
here, can I just do a rundown?
yes.
Okay. So the fifth future diary holder, Yuki mainly tells the police for the case that the kid stabbed the mom and ran away. And then the mom's in the hospital. They transfer to a new school
Oh,
because if
not
you
stab, not
remember,
stab. She bonked her on the head.
okay, anyway, um, they have to transfer to a new school because back in episode I think 2,
Something around there, yeah.
Minini exploded the school. So in that time, Yuki makes new classmate friends. Two of them are girls, one boy. They go investigate crime scenes that's been happening, and then they go to the park. One of the girls gets attacked. They, the three plus four, because there's another guy that walks into the scene. They all run to an observation tower, and then the tower has windows that can open, like if you push on one side. So he reveals the diary, saying push on this window, that window, etc. Right, and then of course Yuno's not happy with it. They expect the guy that walked out from the bushes, Aru, whatever, that he's a diary holder, as well as one of the girls is another. I don't know. Did I miss anything?
Nope. Not that I can tell anyway. All
Okay.
right. So moving on, since we've got everything from episode 8 going on, episode 9, which is called Blocking Calls. So for episode 9, if you guys haven't noticed episode 8 and 9 go together. So for episode 9, Blocking Calls, Hinata says that Aru is investigating Yuki and he was used as bait. I don't know why this surprises Yuki so much, but he kind of gets depressed about it that he's just being used as bait. Um, Anyways, Aru then agrees to give up his diary, but only on the condition that Hinata wins a bet. He flips a coin, catches it, and he holds it in his hands. Um, he holds both of his hands out and says just simply right or left. So is the coin on his right hand or is the coin on his left hand?
Mhm.
Um, Aru then tosses Hinata the coin as a warm up. Now he doesn't actually make a guess, so he tosses Hinata the coin as a warm up, and Yuki thinks it's in her right hand, but Aru guesses left and comes out to be correct, even though his future diary says on the right hand. And also because Yuno goes up to Aru and she whispers something in his ear. He says left. Everyone's actually very surprised, kind of showing that they expected him to check his diary and come out with the right answer, or the wrong answer, which was right hand. But he chose left, and that was actually the right one, correct one. Um, Now, Aru tosses the coin again, catches it, and Hinata ends up uh, guessing wrong. Now, what I'm gonna go ahead and guess that what was going on there is Aru was doing some sleight of hand. So if you guys like a magic trick,
No, it's because they were using Yuki's diary.
well,
That's why they
right,
knocked
but
him
at
out.
first it makes it seem like he's doing sleight of hand.
At
So
first, yes.
yeah, and that's
Oh, well,
actually
they also explained at first, sorry to interrupt, that it was just pure luck.
I thought there was gonna be more to that, but yes.
Like they do explain that it was just I was essentially
Yeah,
just fucking with you guys.
yeah, no, well later on, but it in at the wrong time. Well, anyways, instead of getting Yuki's diary, Yuki's that go first because Hinata says that she's playing Aru's game by his own rules. Then notices something weird, which is that there's no static coming from his own cell phone when the future changed and because when the future changes, there's a little static, and her own phone was staticking. Um, the what is it? What number is this guy at now?
Uh, which one?
10. Ten's diary, then well, the new 10. Tenth's
Oh.
diary starts to static, and Yuki's diary static. But
Also, I want to remember. Sorry, I just want to say one thing. If we remember at the beginning of episode 6, the 10th diary owner requested to transfer his diary power to someone else for a temporary part of time.
right, and this is
And his
actually
was a pack of dogs, and the pack of dogs attacked. Um, so sorry, I just wanted to make that point.
yeah. Apparently, it's called the breeding diary. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm not a dog breeder. I don't know what that's about. But where was I? Oh yeah. The notice is that there's no static coming from Aru's diary or Aru's cell phone when the feature changed, and ends up pinning him down with a knife to his throat and asks him, "So hey, what number are you?" Because everybody that has a diary is holds a number. Um, she then grabs Aru's cell phone, notices that there's no diary entries. He ends up pulling a reversal, flips and says that he knew Hinata's dad's secret, and he would wager his own life for Yuki's diary. Hinata agrees. Aru says his feelings for Yuki are more than that of a friend, which kind of freaks out. Um, Aru gets the coin toss right. Yuki panics since had covered his ears, his eyes. Basically, they depraved him of his senses, thinking or wagering amongst themselves something. Um, but he ends up thinking that it was a wrong answer because Aru, once he gets his eyes and ears uncovered, he says, "Oh no, I guessed wrong. It was on this on the right left hand side all along." And while he panics, knocks him out while Aru explains his thinking, which is that if Yuki thinks that it's the whatever's going on is actually going on, then that's actually what comes out being published on his diary, which ends up being right, even if it's not actually true or if it's not the real thing. If Yuki ends up thinking something, it's what he would have answered in his diary.
Hmm.
Um, so after this, lunges and sticks Mao, just as Mao was going to stab Yuki's diary or something. I can only wonder if that was what was going on since nothing actually happened. We find out then that Deus did not allow the 10th to transfer ownership. The cop, Keigo, explains that Deus wouldn't allow any act that would quote unquote forfeit the diary, or that anything that would end with a forfeiture. Um, After this, we do kind of start finding out that is starting to become slightly unhinged, even
Slightly.
even more than regularly. Um, when Yuki then introduces as his girlfriend, she ends up getting flustered and backs off. Now, remember earlier on episode 8, she was getting a little bit jealous because he had become friendly with the two girls, Mao and Hinata. But after that, come the 10th comes on one of the dogs' on intercoms and tells Hinata that she should be careful of anyone that acts nice. The fourth ends up coming up behind him in his own control room and shoots him in the back of his head, thus taking him out of the game. Any anything on that? Anything that you might want to add or chime in
No,
with?
I think you got it. Did you also mention that I didn't know if I heard it, but if Yuki said like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" to
I didn't, but he I did say that he introduced as his girlfriend.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just missed that part.
you're
That's
good.
good. Other than that, no.
Cool.
So you did a good job. Episode 10 though, if you're cool with me moving on it.
Go ahead.
It's kind of a shitty episode to be honest. It was dreadful watching. Um literally nothing happens in this episode. It is one of the filler ones. So Yuno is digging a massive hole. Wait a minute, what is it called? Family Plan, sorry. There we go. Episode 10 is called Family Plan. Yuno is digging a massive hole in the middle of her backyard. Meanwhile, Minnie, whatever, is making bombs for Kigo. Minnie remembers a time that she was captured by a detective named Masu Mas,
You
okay.
got it. Sound it out.
No, I'm
Sound it
just
out.
remembering who that. Fuck you.
I'm,
She was
I'm not
captured
messing
by
around.
a
You could just sound it
detective,
out. Masumi.
named. Well, yeah, but like he was. I was trying to remember who that was, and it was the third future diary hole that died in episode 1. So
Mm-hmm.
that's who she was running from, while confronting Takato,
Takao?
whatever. Sure. I don't even think that's how they pronounce it. Um, the third future diary user. Although the third diary user and Minnie developed a friendship. No, I messed up the names on this one.
I think it's because they also
I
call him
did.
Nishijima.
Nishijima. There we go. I really messed up the names on that one. Sorry, I just realized. Although Nasajima and Minnie developed a friendship as they were escaping the killer, Minnie ends up shooting Masajima to escape since he is still a cop. Elsewhere, Aru sets up Yuki and Yuno on a date. The event was a mock wedding bridal fair where they met Kigo's wife, Natikoa Kashu, whatever, while Aru investigates Yuno's house. When Yuki and Yuno return, they find Aru at the door of the room with the corpses in it, where they were essentially, where Yuki freaked out and
A
ran
good
away because
deal.
it was that brutal. However, the wall is destroyed and the corpses are buried in the deep hole in Yuno's garden. Even though this is Yuno's doing, she has no recollection of the event nor of Yuki visiting her house before. Aru believes Yuno's mental balance is so fragile that she modified her own memories as a defense mechanism. Meanwhile, Kigo frames Yuki and Yuno as suspects in a murder of Katu. Who is
The
that?
cult.
KKK.
Oh no, 10th. The 10th.
So the 10th is dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I messed up on that one too. I
Yeah, no,
thought I
because
didn't realize he died.
yeah, no, because on the 9th, remember, the cop explains that Deus did not allow for the transfer of ownership. So the 10th was not Hinata. The 10th stayed as whoever the guy was.
Yeah, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. I
Meaning that
missed that
Hinata ended
part.
up staying alive. We don't know what happens to her as of this point in time.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I messed up on those two, where fifth and sixth. I don't know why, but I was like, I questioned it when I re-updated the sheet of like who's alive and who's not. I actually questioned those two. I'm like, wait a minute, and I couldn't find any evidence, like written evidence of them dying exactly. So I was like, ah, shoot, and then okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
because he
Just C.
was he
Sorry.
was behind him, and then he shot him
Yeah, that's fair.
in the head.
I didn't realize though. I kind of like keep in mind I watched all the episodes at once and then I went back and did notes.
Makes sense. Yeah, for episode 10, I had no notes. The only thing that I wrote down was Yuki and Yuno go to a mock wedding. They end up meeting the fourth's
It was
wife.
awful. Episode 10 was awful.
It really was. It seemed it was a nice filler episode, but that's all it was.
Yeah. I updated the posts that were in the threads of who's dead and alive.
All right, sweet.
That's the correct one now.
All right.
Sorry.
So, anything extra for episode 10?
Not really. That nothing really happened in that one.
Yeah, no, I was all for bleeding 10 and 11 to be one big episode, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool to go on
I
episode
that's
11?
Yes, please do because episode 10 was so bad where it's like I actually caused a huge headache because I did not want to leave off on episode 10 on the podcast because it was like that bad.
No, honestly, I was watching the anime and then episode 10 came on, and then before I knew it, it was done. And I was just kind
Oh,
of left going, well, what the hell
what the
was the
fuck
point of
happened?
that?
Yeah, like it's just like it was just like there's honestly, it's kind of like this anime's at the point where they're like teetering on if you want to keep watching it or not. And episode 10 is probably where they most people dropped.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, like it's like it was like that. Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, episode 11.
Yeah. All right. So episode 11, which is titled "Service Terminated." So it opens up weird. So it opens up with 6 days before. Yeah, 6 days before, where the fourth makes a deal with Minene to stop chasing her, chasing after her, and asks her to take care of his son, who is terminally ill, if the fourth is taken out himself. We then flash forward to the present, where Keigo, number four, calls in both Yuki and Yuna for questioning on the tenth's death. In the interrogation room, he does make Nishijima stall for 5 minutes for some reason, but he does let him know, hey, bring Yuki in for questioning first, and
Maybe it's
then
because he knows Yuno's diary predicts 10 minutes in advance.
maybe. But see, if that were the case, then he should have brought in Yuno first.
Mm,
That would have,
yeah.
it honestly would have made so much more sense if he had done that. But
But there
then
would have
again,
been
if
no
he,
climax.
yeah, if I was about to say if he had done that, then like nothing would have happened. Well, anyways, getting ahead of ourselves there. In the
100%.
interrogation room, the fourth Keigo says something. Someone tipped the cops that Yuki and Yuna were both spotted near where the tenth was killed. Yuki says that it couldn't be true, and Fourth says, "All right, well, I guess the tip was bullshit," which is actually what he said. I knew it; it was bullcrap. Mainly because he's the one that ended up killing Tenth. And he just dismissed it. Which, while this all is going on, he is cleaning his revolver for some reason. So his service gun, um, the same gun that he used to kill Ten. So essentially, he is destroying evidence. Anyways, when he ends up saying, "Okay, yeah, well, I figured that the tip was bullshit," he chambers a bullet into the revolver and tells Yuki that he wants to play a game of Russian roulette. Roulette. Yuno's diary then starts to static, and it changes. We don't see the outcome of what it changed to,
Yeah, let's
although
go
we
psycho.
we do originally see that it said that Yuki came out smiling with Fourth, with Keigo. Um, she does go psycho and ends up following a cop into the men's room, beats him with an extinguisher, a fire extinguisher, and comes out with his gun. Um,
Like
then,
super casual about it.
yeah, honestly, it's like
Oh,
there's,
that was nothing. It's not like they're trained or anything. Like, it's fine.
I guess she got him while he was peeing. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
He was just standing there. He's just like, bop, fell into the urinal, just got his own piss all over himself. Gross. Anyways, I don't think we see that cop afterwards anymore, which is probably what happened after all. Any
Probably.
so after that, barges into the interrogation room just before the fourth is about to shoot Yuki. So they've been switching off. He's been kind of shooting at Yuki. Nothing happening. He shoots at himself. Obviously, nothing happens. They get down to the very last bullet in the chamber, and he was about to shoot Yuki in the head. Barges in and shoots Fourth for a headshot, but misses and takes out the ear or his ear instead. Then, while he's laying down on the ground, she shoots him 3 extra times in the chest. I don't know why she didn't go for the head again, but she didn't. After that, Keigo, we then find out that Keigo the fourth planned for Yuki and Yuno to commit these crimes so that their actions could be detected by his diary. Um, I do need to say that they were kind of cornered at the stairwell going up when one of the cops shoots off a warning shot. And then Yuki just panics because my god, this guy loves to panic.
Yeah,
And
it's the whole character theme.
he honestly, his entire thing is like he's okay one time and then the next he's panicking. He's okay ish one time, then the next second he's panicking. So that's his entire thing. He panics and shoots the gun that he had on him at the cop that shot right in the stomach. The guy just falls down, or presumably dead, but no, he ends up living. Um, while they go all the way up, we then find out that Keigo had planned for Yugi and Yuno to commit these crimes so that their actions could be detected by his diaries, like I had just said. Trapped on the police station's roof, Yuki and Yuno both jump off, but end up landing on a truck's tarp, which breaks their fall. The very next day, Yuki and Yuno are hiding from the police somewhere. It's in a semi abandoned building near a hospital.
It's literally like a freaking stock closet. Like one of those garden closets or whatever that are outside just the building to keep all like the lawnmower or equipment that goes outside.
But for some reason,
Storage
it's like
closet.
on the third floor or something like that.
No, it's not. It's literally outside the building. They
I thought
show
it was
it
like
because
the
they.
fourth story.
No!
Oh, okay, well,
They literally show Kigo's wife walking in with into the hospital with donuts, and then that's what and Yuki are like interested in. It's because they smell the donuts because they're so hungry.
yeah, because they've been starving and they haven't eaten for an
Yeah, so
entire
they
day
smell
and
the
night.
donuts, and then they
But no,
walk into
okay.
the
So
hospital
here's
and
the thing,
file.
though. When that
We're
happens, they
getting in
do
episode
show
12.
almost kind of sort of. When that does happen, they do show the fourth's wife from the vantage of like a second story floor. I'm not even joking.
Oh,
They do
that's
show her
fair.
from a second story floor, which I think is what made me think
They
of like,
do,
yeah, like,
but it's also because that's where the sun's getting kept,
yeah, but they don't
right?
show them from where the sun's being kept. They show her from Yuki and Yuna's point of view.
Yeah, but she's also walking down in the. You know what? I think you just missed that little closet, like that one scene, and then
Probably,
like it makes sense the way you're thinking. It's just I just saw where they like the one shot where it was because there was only like one shot of the lady walking into the building. That's why I just know where it's from. Um.
yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, they do see Yuki and spot the fourth's wife going to the hospital with donuts, like fresh fried donuts, deep fried donuts. When they do follow her, they do get ambushed by Minene, who explodes part of the floor. Um, how they get away with that, just like bombing random ass places, is beyond me. But okay, she jokers it up. Um, Yuki accidentally puts his hand down and touches something on the control pad that she has sticking out of her out of her dress, which makes the opposite end of where they're at explode, thus kind of trapping them in the middle of it. And the floor collapses.
Mhm.
Oh, I should also mention they're like on the third story or fourth story of the
I think I
hospital.
know why you said second story. That's because the car parking lot looks elevated.
There you go. That's why.
But still, they're anyway.
Yeah. Uh. Well. Anyways, I mean, Nene then allies. She teams up with Yuki in order to have pull them both to safety because they can't trust each other. Um. Anyways, this is then reflected on the fourth diary, which pisses him off, and because of that, not both, but all three, Minene's, Yuki's, and all get a dead end at the same time. Then Minene takes Yuki and to the room where Keigo's um, son and his wife are, and then explains what's going on. And that's where episode 11 leaves us off. Anything extra
Hmm.
on that?
No, I think you did a good job of covering it. considering you
Nice.
just watched it too.
I no, I just watched episode 12.
I know, but I thought you watched episode 11 too.
Yeah, but again, I was taking notes while I was watching.
Fair, 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 fair. All right, episode 12.
I'm like somebody that's lazy.
No service
Ah.
area. With the police surrounding the hospital, Minnie takes Kigo's wife and son hostage and tries to bargain with Kigo, but Kigo refuses to negotiate and seeks to win the survival game by himself. The reason is due to the fact that Yu, Kigo's son, has been recently diagnosed with a deadly disease, and the only way to save him is to become God. Yuki gets captured by the police inside the hospital, but Yuno appears holding a stun grenade when Kigo tries to approach him. And she shoots 5 policemen down, aka, like it's literally nothing. Nothing. Anyway, who don't even attempt to shoot her. Also, that. She explodes the stun grenade, knocking all 3 of them down unconscious. Meanwhile, after Mimi gets the time bomb set up, which went off shortly after the flash grenade exploded, Minnie tries to escape the hospital only to run into Nishijima, the police
See, you
officer that we
got it.
met.
Good job.
The police officer that we met in Minnie's flashback in episode 10. After Minnie explains to Nishijima about the deal that she made with Kigo and how he wanted to frame Yuki and Yuno, the two rush back to the hospital. Yuki regains consciousness and tries to shoot at Kigo, but he uses Yuno as a shield. Despite his diary prediction that he will kill Yuno if Yuki shoots. Yuki realizes to give up, declaring his love for her, aka Yuno. The future somehow changes, and Yuki gets a clean shot at Kigo. Minnie arrives with Nisajima, who places Kigo under arrest. Kigo now has a useless diary as he is now a criminal. After learning his family has been rescued, Kigo asks Minnie to take care of his son, apologizing to Yuki, who breaks his own diary,
No, no,
removing
no,
himself
not
from
Yuki who breaks his
existence.
own diary. He apologized to Yuki and then breaks his diary. We don't want to say
Okay.
who then breaks his diary because then we think that
Sorry,
Yuki
I
breaks
had a
his diary.
hiccup in the middle of that, though. I did. I actually did have a hiccup in the middle of that.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I thought that's what you were gonna say, so I kind of preemptively wanted to.
And then I had a hiccup in the middle of it. So Kigo breaks his own diary, apologizing to Yuki or whatever. Kigo is removing himself from existence. Yuki and Yuno are blameless, even though they shot and seriously injured many people. This is because of the files Kigo left behind at the police office. While Minnie escapes yet again, a few days later, Yuki and Yuno go on a trip together, but Aurora, you know what? It's fine. Sends Yuki a text warning him about but she intercepts and deletes it.
And
So
that's actually where it leaves off. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Oh no, it doesn't actually leave off there.
it does.
No.
What do
So
you
it leaves
mean?
off with them in the train,
Oh, in
and
the train?
he asks her if she had to bring everything that she has in that big ass bag of hers, which is like a gym bag. And then she says, yeah. And then she starts saying, I have laundry. And they pass the laundry that she has in there. And then she goes, I got my medicine. And then they pass bottles full of pills. Just pretty big bottles of pills. And then she says that she's got other necessities. And I think they show like a knife or a gun or something. And then just a few extra other things. And then they show 2 skulls in a plastic bag.
Mm, no, they didn't.
They did.
I need to pull this up. Hold
You
on.
do need to pull it up.
No way. No way I
Dude,
missed
they
something
did.
like that.
Yeah, that's where they
You know,
left
I
that
think
up.
it's also I got pretty bored on episode 10. It was just
Let's see.
they do literally a couple seconds before. Okay.
Yeah, just before.
Just before, if you hit skip to like the next thing, it'll cut it off. That's why. Okay. Yep. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that
she
explains
says
that blank spot in
lingerie,
episode
towels,
13.
medicine, and syringes. There's syringes in there, and then there's
Yep.
two skulls.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. I okay, so what we know is that one, two, three, four, five, six out of 15 diary users have passed. Right? We know about the first diary, second, ninth, and that's it. Everyone else has died. We still need to meet 13, 14, 15, 8, 7, and 11.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Now, you guys remember there are 26 episodes for this anime. So, well, 26 episodes and then an OVA.
Yeah, like I like, don't get me wrong, I like how they kill off some of them in like 2 episodes. Like there's a theme where what's it called? Third diary died in right away, right? He's kind of like the introduction, right?
Hmm.
And then sixth and 12th died in episode 5 together, right? Essentially at the same time, right? Because both those 2 episodes, what was it, 4 and 5 go together, and then right, like they were both introduced in 4 and 5, and they both died in 4 and 5, right?
Hmm.
Episode 10, they killed the 10th future diary holder, the breeder. That one wasn't like that big impactful. It was, they did a different
They
look on
really
that
didn't
one.
explain
Like,
on that one at all. They
yeah,
left it
like,
so open and so ambiguous.
yeah, like honestly, they kind of left that one like, here, you can think about this, you can think about that, and that. It actually took me until I didn't realize until I did my notes that the guy that asked the future diary holder if he could get transferred or whatever was the 10th, and he was the dog breeder.
Yeah,
That
it still
actually
didn't
took
make
me
any
like,
sense
it's
because
just,
they gave
yeah,
no exposition on that whatsoever.
yeah. So like, it's just you know what though? It's not as bad as So What I'm a Spider. So What I'm a Spider leaves a lot of loose ends. At least they killed him right away, right? Like it's not like us make consistently worrying, right? Fifth, they killed pretty much in 2 episodes. They killed him in 5 and 6, right? They introduced him at the end of like 5, or sorry, at the end of 6, and killed him on 7, right? So I was like, they did overall like a pretty good job of like making it quick too, right?
Yes, but also
Like,
on I'm a Spider, if we can go back to, yeah, there were loose ends here and there, but they were all just tied up together until the very last episode where they leave some more loose ends.
I know, but that's what I mean. They leave more, but they also leave more wondering too. Like,
But
so
that's
this is
just
what
because,
this means,
well,
right?
see, they leave a bunch of loose ends on that one because there's gonna be a season two, so they have time. They've got a lot more episodes to tie up loose ends.
That's fair.
Whereas
No,
for this one, they're not leaving out a whole lot of loose ends because there's no season two.
I think this anime is pretty boring compared to So What I'm a Spider.
True, true.
I don't think yeah, it's honestly, I don't know. I would recommend So What I'm a Spider much more
Yeah,
than
so
this.
far, up until now, episode 12, I would say the same thing. Um, it, but I don't know. We are at the halfway mark here, so I don't know. It's slow. No, no, it's not slow. It's like they're rushing it
It's
a bit, but at the same time,
it's
it's
either
slow.
really slow or it's really rushed. There's no in
Yeah,
between.
thank yes, yeah,
Yeah, it's like, for example, episode 12 at the beginning was really slow, and then all of a sudden it really picked up.
yeah. It's like they were. Sorry,
It
no, it's
and
like
then the
the
beginning of episode 11 was really slow, and then at the end it was like it really picked up, right?
it's like the writer got just bored with the cop and they wanted to write him off as soon as possible, so they did it
Hmm.
right then and there. But yeah,
And then
episode.
episode 10 is just boring.
Oh god, so boring, so
So like,
boring.
don't get us wrong, like there's parts in this like anime that are actually good, But like, there's also like they really contradict it with really boring parts, I find.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't know. That's all I gotta say. So,
So, no, you're right, and I agree. They're either
but
really, really rushing it, or they're waiting forever to do anything with it. Because Manene is
well,
still in there, and she was introduced on episode 2.
yeah. Well, Kiko
So
also lasted a while too. He was introduced in episode 2 as well, but he died in episode 12.
true,
I
but I
think he
think
stayed
that's
around for a
because they
bit.
just kind of gave up on trying to give him any interesting backstory whatsoever.
They also explained, I can't say that. That's in episode 13. Never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're not allowed.
I was gonna
No,
explain that whole
no,
situation, but
we'll do that next week.
yeah, that's the end of episode 13. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Never
Do
mind.
you want to wrap
I
it
shut
up,
up now.
Snow?
I can't. I'm just gonna talk about and explain what happened.
Snow's gonna wrap it up for us this week.
Wow. All right. Well, there's nothing really to wrap up. I think we already kind of did the wrap up, but essentially, we know three characters that are still in the game. Minnie, and Yuki, as well as there is a girl, I think Hinata, sorry, pardon me. I know, I've watched Naruto, I just can't say it. She has a diary,
She
that
doesn't
we've
have a diary.
casually, no, 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 but she has like a cell phone that she acts like she has a diary kind of thing.
No. The 10th gave her his own phone.
No, Mayo or anything, like the other chick. There's two.
Oh, I don't know.
There's the
I
other
didn't.
girl
I didn't
acts like
look
she
that
has a
closely on that.
diary.
Um.
She acts like she has a diary. Other than that, that's the suspicion. But
Yeah, we still need to get introduced to the other ones, and if they've taken out, how many did they take out so far?
one, two, three, four, five,
Oh, so
six out of 15.
we're half down.
Mm,
Yeah. Well,
no, because
well,
there's
there's
actually
12.
15. No, there's actually 15.
How there's 15?
I don't know, but when I looked it up online, it was what's it called? I was like asking for when the 10th diary user died because I was curious because I was like I thought he died and I wasn't sure and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I looked it up on Google and there's actually 15. I don't know how they're going to tie that in, but there's actually 15. That is unknown. I can send you the link. I saved it.
No, I'll just keep
I'm
watching
sending
the
you
anime.
the link.
It'll get confusing and it'll unravel on its own. But
There you go.
oh, she's actually just sent it. Okay.
Yep, I had it saved. It was
Does
I was
what
literally just looking for the name, like where like the ones that we like already knew,
does what
right? I
Chester
didn't
say
look into
matter here?
any.
No, no, it doesn't. Because
No, I
Snow's
didn't.
gonna send it to me anyway.
What?
Nothing. Um, no, 15 because it lists all the friends there. It doesn't count them. It counts them all as one. Like, no.
No, but like, hold on. I don't know. I think we should wrap it up though.
Plus, I think that's because I'm not gonna say either. It'll ruin some more of the stuff for the next episodes. Yeah, we do still need to get introduced to a couple of the other ones, but apparently there's 15. Let's see how they all get tied in together. Um,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
I
gonna
like
be
looked
weird.
up all characters and their diaries in future,
Yeah,
and
and
then it.
remember, they
The,
all have to die.
but that's
It's
what
gonna
I.
be some
Okay.
Game of Thrones crap right there.
Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, let's tie it up there.
All right. So I- I've been Chester. She's been Snow. This
Yeah.
has been a
Hi.
lot of confusion on an anime called the Future Diary. We're halfway through, if we're not counting the OVA. Um, we'll get to that when it
Yeah.
comes to it. But that's been it for now. I stream regularly on Tuesdays through Saturdays over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Chester. Snow is starting to get into streaming again here and there. She hasn't in a while though. She's at twitch.tv/snow5030. We're trying to get her to over 70 followers. Come on, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be us. The next episode will be out next week. Thank you again for joining. Hit the like button, subscribe. Good night.
Bye.